You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building this morning.
My guy,
Neal Brennan. Good morning,
I feel
sir.
like I've been personally sponsored by Charlamagne.
We said that, yes.
Like, my guy. And then you guys are like, what? Who?
Well, good morning,
Hi,
sir.
hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Neal Brennan is a comedian, a writer. What other credits
Go on.
do you have?
I
Actor.
direct. Actor
Direct.
is like a big, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, director, writer, comedian.
I'm
Those
trying to
are-
catch up with his family. You know he has 9 brothers and sisters? Like,
Yeah, I
you
do.
know, I'm getting there.
I thought
I'm
you only
not
had
that far.
one.
No, man.
The guy he's a comedian too, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, Kevin, I think his
Yep.
name is. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the info. Yeah, no, I can't. I got a lot of them. There's too many. I'm the youngest.
So you had to be
Really?
funny in your family to get your parents to love you and speak to you, huh?
It still didn't work.
To get them to love you?
It's
I have
crazy
some
'cause
bad
there's
news.
so many of them.
I know. There's like it still didn't quite get across. There's 10 of us, and I'm the youngest. 10 kids, 16 years.
What did the rest of them do?
They're just regular jobs, like sales, stuff like that. Like nothing crazy.
Are you the most successful?
I think
One?
by far. I think by far.
Yes, Charlamagne. I think so.
You know what's funny? One of my brothers used to keep track of who the wealthiest Brennan was.
Yeah.
And then the oldest one used to keep track. And then once I started popping, he was
stopped.
like, "This is stupid. Why are you
Why
even
do you
doing
keep
this?"
track of that? That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So what made you go into comedy and stuff? If everybody else had like regular jobs.
Well, because one of my brothers was a comedian.
Okay.
So I started like in high school, and then I went to NYU, started hanging out at comedy clubs.
So you got to be around all the greats.
I did kind of. Yeah, but they weren't great. I mean, they were great, but they just weren't famous. Like Jon Stewart, Ray Romano, Chappelle, guys that ended up popping huge. Joe Rogan, like guys that are huge now, but back then they were just club comics.
But you would go to see your brother because your brother was performing, right?
Yeah, and then I started working the door to club. So I like worked there every
You was
night.
the door guy.
Yeah. It's a horrible job.
Do you ever clown your brother? Because you named some very famous people just now. You ever clown your brother and be like, you didn't make it, right?
No, I mean, not intentionally. I guess I just did clown him.
Yeah.
Damn.
He won't be listening though.
Yeah.
He's not.
No worries.
He's not into
No,
hip hop
he's
radio.
he's not that
Hip-hop
into
stuff.
hip hop. Yeah, that missed him.
How did you get to be such a big hip hop head, Neal? Like, didn't you write it to Source at one point?
Yeah, I did. I just liked. It used to just be like unsettled territory. Like you could just, if in like the early '90s, you could just be like, yeah, I like hip hop and I want to write for stuff, and people would let you do it.
Yeah.
You grew up in Philly, though, close
yeah.
to Philly, so
Yeah.
hip-hop was big. in
Yeah,
Philly,
but
right?
I was like I didn't get super duper into hip hop until I moved to New York in like '91.
Oh, so the roots are, you've probably been known.
I had, you know what? Chappelle introduced me to the Roots.
Really?
I haven't been knowing them at all.
Now, how did you meet Dave Chappelle?
At the comedy club when we were kids, like 18, 19.
Do you ever get tired of answering that question?
No. What? How is he? Are we ever going to do this show again? Can I ask and answer the
Go ahead,
questions
yeah,
myself?
yeah,
Every
yeah.
question
Answer
possible.
So how did it end, Neal? No, we met when we were like 18, 19, and I started like I would give comedians tags like, hey, try saying this after this joke and whatever. And he was the only guy that was like my age. We had like real similar sensibilities comedically. So I would give him tags. And when you first start giving people jokes, they kind of shudder. But I started giving him good ones. So he was like, all right, you're cool. And then I started getting writing jobs. And then he called me and was like, yo, if Universal calls, tell them we're writing a weed movie. I was like, what?
Half baked.
Yeah. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, just say we're writing a weed movie. I was like, we've never talked about writing a weed movie. They called me. They're like, are you guys writing a weed movie? I was like, yes. Yes, we are. So then we had like a month to come up with it.
Really?
Yeah. And we took the full month. And like the night before, because we were 23, just like, and we just like wrote it out real quick and then pitched it. And we pitched it like in March and we're shooting in July.
Wow.
That was half baked.
I wish it was that easy now.
No, and they kept going like, this will never happen again. We're like, sure it won't. You guys don't understand how good we are, and it never happen again.
I actually really enjoy the movie Half Baked to this day.
Thank you. Oh, to this day, I'm not that big a fan of it,
I
but
like it still.
Thank you.
It's the kind of movie that if
You
you
wrote it,
smoke,
but I'm not-
if you smoke weed, because I've read that you said that you're not really that.
Yeah,
fond
I'm not
of it.
that into it yet.
Why?
It just wasn't. The script was better, and then it just wasn't cast with exactly who we wanted, and it was like it just didn't look. It looked like real, like little kids made it. and that wasn't the idea. We wanted to look like a Tarantino movie, even though there was no chance.
I didn't know that was the
But you
look,
did
the
it in
look
a
you were going
month,
for.
Neal.
I know we did do it in a month. Thank you.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
for people who smoke weed, they can appreciate.
People love the movie, and I still make a little bit of money off it, so that's cool. But I just don't like the movie. Like, I'm not like, that's my thing. You know?
It's like they took that genre and just ran it into the ground after that, though.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's the. Although they haven't made a weed movie in a second, right? What was the last one?
You know what? They got Grow House coming, but Grow House is actually about like actual grow houses and people trying to invest in grow houses.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
is
like
Cube doing that one?
Pooh, DJ Pooh's doing
Oh
that.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't. I think Cube has another one too. Like, so people, it's like a genre, but I just don't smoke weed, so it's kind of nothing.
Oh, you don't smoke weed?
No.
One thing I've always liked about you, Neal, is like, you know, it's not just the comedy, it's the social commentary.
Thank you, Charlamagne.
That comes
Thank you
with
so
the
much.
comedy.
What do you need me to talk about? What do you need me to tell? What do you need me to drop? Do you need me to drop some jewels? Let's
Okay,
go.
you go.
Okay, yeah. How do we improve race relations in America, Neal?
You know, I can't answer that. Where are you guys? That's too broad a question. Are you guys mad about the Oscars?
No, I don't care.
I don't
The
care.
reason I don't
I
care is
don't
because
care.
I saw Chirac
Yeah.
this weekend and it was terrible.
Was it really?
Oh my God, it's
I
so
don't think
bad.
that's the reason to not care about the Oscars because one movie you
It's
saw
only
was
5 that they're
terrible.
debating about. It's Dope, Beast of No Nation,
Yeah.
Creed,
Straight Outta Compton.
and Chirac.
But
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton was a great movie, and you thought Creed was a great movie
Straight
also.
Outta Compton maybe could have got a Best Picture.
Straight Outta Compton. Well, they had to reward the white people who wrote it.
Yes.
They got
Yeah,
best.
so they did
yeah,
get that.
they got
Always
best.
reward the white people
Yeah, you've
first.
got to. That's the bigger issue is that there's only 5 movies like
Yes.
that are even in the conversation. Like it also is funny to me how crazy your life has to be to get a biopic made about you if you're black.
You got to get
Like-
AIDS. You got to have people
Yeah,
die.
you got to get AIDS. You got to reinvent hip hop. You have to break the color barrier in baseball. The Jackie or
Jackie Owens.
Jesse Owens
Jesse
movie came out.
Owens.
Jesse Owens.
They made
He put Jackie
Jesse-
Robinson
Jackie
and
and
Jackie
Jamal.
Owens together.
Jamal.
yeah.
Jackie Owens.
They made a movie about a white woman who invented a mop. And that was enough. Joy. That movie Joy was about, you know what the movie was about? She reinvented the mop.
Really?
Charlamagne, and that was good enough for white people. Like, yeah, let's give her a movie.
Wow.
I mean, the mop did change the world.
Yeah, no, it was a miracle.
I mean, come
mop.
on, seriously.
It was
Now,
no,
let's-
not the miracle mop. She reinvented it in like 1998.
oh,
Wow.
That's what.
listen.
Yeah,
So it
that's
wasn't
what
the
that movie
original
Joy.
mop.
No. That's what that movie Joy is about. Woman who reinvented the mop.
I love hip hop, but for the world, would you rather have a miracle mop or NWA?
NWA.
How
Yeah.
you gonna clean up?
You have the regular mop.
Oh, all right.
Hey, do you feel like
Swiffer.
Cube's son should have gotten a nomination for playing his? I mean, that seems
I
like
thought he did a
fairly
great
easy,
job,
right?
He did a great job.
I
He
did too, but it's a
excellent job.
fairly
Oscar
you could
worthy,
play your
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, but Eazy-E's son wanted that role to play his dad, and they didn't feel like he could do that. You know,
That's
he
gotta be-
auditioned. It didn't happen.
That's got to feel pretty bad.
You got to look at the bar. Like with the bar for me is movies like What's Love Got to Do with It.
Yep.
Angela Bassett, Lawrence Fishburne both got nominations. Jamie Foxx and Ray, Jamie won.
Yeah.
Was any of those performances in Straight Outta Compton that good? To that level?
I agree with you. I thought the guy who played Easy I thought was good, but I also feel like the Jerry Curl wig did like 70% of the work. So, but that's just me.
Did you see Creed?
Yeah, Creed was a
Creed
good.
was
it was a
great.
popcorn movie.
Ryan Coogler should have got Best
Yeah, Ryan
Director.
Coogler's a great director. I'm like happy for the dude, but that's not like an Academy Award movie. It's a genre movie. It's a boxing movie. But again, they had to reward the white man. They rewarded Stallone.
You know, it's interesting when y'all did Chappelle Show, the sketches you guys did actually like always like addressed race. Was that by design?
Well, yeah, it was the thing that we would talk about a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's like the thing about race that I just noticed being around black folks a lot is like it's just inconvenient. You know what I mean? Just like the inconvenience of like, oh, is that coming up again? Great. So I think me and Dave would talk about it a lot, but we couldn't do too many because it gets tiring. We would end up doing like one a show because it just gets like there's only so many things you can talk about around it, and then it just gets kind of like a bummer.
You think you could have that show now with everybody being so sensitive?
Somebody else asked me that. I don't know. There were certain things that we did that were like we did a sketch. Yeah, I don't even want to say what we did, but like it's on the show. No, there's a line where
Clayton
Dave
Bigsby?
said no. That I think
I
would be
like that.
fine.
Yeah.
like that one would be fine. But like, gay sex is gross. That was a line in the second episode, and it's kind of like
Oh, they might-
okay,
they might
yeah,
come
like
back and
we
get
would have
you
gotten
They might come back.
So
and
even as a
No, I know, that's why I don't wanna
even
say
as
it.
a joke, you think you can't say that like
no,
satirically, or-
I don't think you can. I think there's too many blogs, and they're too
what
like.
if it's a gay person saying that?
Good point. maybe, but I don't think they would.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
What about R. Kelly pee on you?
I think I feel like maybe that we could get away with.
Yeah.
Maybe, but even that,
I feel like you can get away with a lot when something's really, really funny.
Yeah, agreed.
I think a lot of times people don't get away with stuff when they tell jokes and the jokes just aren't that funny.
Not now, though. Now everybody's sensitive
But I feel
about
like
everything.
if it's really, really funny, more or less you can, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're right. I think that they like getting people and they're full of themselves. What's cool about Comedy Central is they've never apologized for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy Central makes all their money off of South Park.
Yeah, and South Park
And The
does
Daily
most
Show. So
insensitive,
those are the two most subversive
controversial.
shows like ever. They didn't. Tosh had a thing with some he said a rape thing in a comedy club, and he ended up apologizing. Comedy Central didn't want him to. They're just they have a policy of just don't apologize.
Because then you're apologizing for everything.
Yeah,
after
exactly. Because then people get they like the taste of blood, and we can make them release a letter. You know.
You're one of the few, I think, white people who aren't afraid to have conversations about race.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like you just do.
Thank you so much. It's because it's interesting and it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
I've been doing a joke in my act about how what a huge deal slavery is, and nobody talks about it. And then white people don't talk about slavery nearly as much as they should. I'm serious.
I think because they're trying to forget.
No, I know, but and then white people go, I think black people talk about it too much as it is, and it's if Italians went through slavery, they would never shut up about it. Ever. They'd have heroic stories of escape. So finally my uncle was get the, you know what I mean? Whereas black people don't. If I were black, I would bring it up constantly. If a cop pulled me over and he's you know why I stopped you, I'd be to apologize for slavery. Constantly bringing it up. And I think you guys are missing out. Because it's such a big deal. I'm serious. I'm a little bit serious.
You said there's too many slave movies and
I
you
hate
don't want to
slave
see
movies.
anymore.
The last slave movie I want to see is Nat Turner. And I love it.
Yeah.
And I love Django because he wasn't a victim.
I've learned that you cannot suggest seeing a slave movie to your black friends. That's what I've learned in the last couple of years. Because you look like a real jerk, Sheldon. When you're do I have a movie for us? Let's do it. And you definitely cannot dress up like the characters. You know how white people did with Star Wars.
Well, you can put on Kanye West new clothing line. It's about the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
You played Kanye. You guys been playing the record?
I love Kanye's new album.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, with writing some of the jokes, did you ever have a problem or think, how am I going to display this? Because you make black jokes sometimes. I don't know if I can make this black joke.
I think you set it if you set it up right.
Yeah.
If you make it clear I mess with black people, the Chappelle Show credit helps. You know what I mean? But even that, still some jokes. It's they do. When I do black shows where it's all black comedians, black crowd, and me, it's they're not dying to see me.
Do people ever get surprised you're white? Oh my God, Neal Brennan's white.
Neal Brennan's a pretty white name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not on the line. There's no, you know my brother's name Neal, do you?
When it comes to slavery, right? Do you think that black people dismiss it too much? Because you can't. If somebody brings up the Holocaust, you can't be oh, get over that.
No, I know. I don't think. I think. Do you feel like black people dismiss? I think people in general dismiss it too much.
Yeah.
Because I think it's affects everything, kind of still.
Yeah.
And nobody.
Because some people would be just get over it. It happened.
Yeah.
It's in the past. Just forget about it and stop using it as an excuse. People act like black people use slavery as an excuse.
If we'd have got paid for it, if we'd have got reparations, I think it'd be different.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it would be the same.
In terms of what? In terms of
it being easy to really just get over and not complain about.
Yeah. Well, it's not things went and then it's slavery was over and then everything was fantastic. It was still bad for
segregation.
And Jim Crow. Jim Crow was redlining with couldn't get property. So it's just bad. And people don't even know about redlining. You know who ended redlining, which is crazy, is Mitt Romney's father.
Really?
Yeah, nobody knows. It was on This American Life. Mitt Romney's dad worked for Nixon in housing and urban development. He went around Nixon's back, ended it, signed papers to end housing and urban development. To end redlining, and got fired by Nixon because of it.
Wow.
And if Romney had run on that, black people would have messed with him forever. But he just didn't mention it because he would have lost white people.
Is this the kind of stuff that you talk about on
This is the sort of thing,
show?
Charlamagne, this is just the sort of thing that if you come to 3 mics, you're going to... No, I don't talk about
Now, John Legend is producing
yes.
3 mics also? How did that collaboration?
John's a big comedy fan, so he came to the show I did in L.A., and him and Chrissy Teigen are big. I've been friends with them for a while. So John did Chappelle Show, so I've known him for a decade, and him and Chrissy come to a lot of shows, and he's been producing stuff. He's doing a show about the Underground Railroad on WGN that starts in like
That's
a
gonna
month
be so
called
depressing.
Underground. You think so? You don't think it'll be
The
good?
last thing I want to do is hear a John Legend music inspired by the Underground Railroad. Like,
That could be like a new
depressing.
level of sadness. Yeah. No, but he's producing a TV show, so like he's getting into more producing. So he did this. So I'm
How does he
grateful.
produce a comedy show?
He's just kind of lends his name to it, and
Gotcha.
and we do press, and it helps. Like it helps get me interviews and.
Neil, I'm not coming to a comedy show because John Legend produced it.
A lot
I'm
of
coming
people-
because
Would you? But
though.
you would go if Shaq produced it. That's what's wrong.
Why would he go Shaq?
No, because Shaq
Oh,
was
Shaq
the
always
number
does
one
awesome.
name in black
That
comedy
is
for
true,
a
'cause I've been
decade.
to one of Shaq's comedy
It's
shows.
so dumb. Shaq. I'm like barely funny
That is true.
giant. And
He had
he's
the
the
comedy
number one name in black comedy for a decade.
He brought the people
I
out,
never
yeah.
understood it because you did any brand name. People
Shaq
go,
had
"Oh."
good names though, man. Shaq had Kevin Hart.
At first he did.
Yeah, at first.
Because all he did was come out and be like,
Yeah,
they would clown him, and then
yeah. No, he was the number one. The first one with Kev and all those people.
So what the hell is up with the Champs podcast?
Champs are retired, man.
Man.
No, we ran out of black people to interview, man.
No,
We
if you never heard of Champs podcast, that was their thing. They would only interview black comedians, right? And rappers.
Black people in general, yeah. But I couldn't ask people anymore. I just got so tired of asking people because I like direct commercials sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I did a commercial with like Richard Sherman and Kobe, and I'd be like, guys, could you come and do my? You just sound like an idiot. So
that's why you have someone else do it, though.
I know.
I think it'll be easier for y'all now because you got to think when y'all was doing it, podcast wasn't
I
a
know.
thing.
But are black people messing with podcasts yet?
Yeah.
I got one,
I
and
have
he got
one.
one. Everybody got a podcast now.
And people are listening?
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. We'll think about it.
You
We
know
did our
what?
retirement episode. We'll try it.
Wait, what's the retirement episode? I didn't hear that.
We didn't drop it.
Oh,
I got to
okay,
go
okay.
home and edit it.
I always wonder with a living color. I wonder why the Wayans brothers never signed the comedians. And the same thing with you guys. You guys broke so many comedians. How come you guys never
Charlie
signed?
Murphy.
You
they
know
had
what's
a
cool?
whole
You
based
know-
on the Chappelle show.
But you know who broke a lot of people and no one, like Eddie Murphy could have taken a piece of Arsenio. He could have taken a piece of In Living Color and just didn't. And I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, apparently he was like involved in writing. Eddie was.
Really?
Yeah. And just never because he's like, I'm friends with these guys. I'm not going to take a piece of them. Like, yeah, I don't want to manage people. And I also don't want to be like, where's my money? So yeah, like I guess we could have taken a piece of it, but it
If
never
that's not
really
what your
occurred to us.
passion is, and
Yeah, I'm not
managing,
like
it's-
into oh man,
That's a
I
lot
wish.
of responsibility.
Who the
Yeah.
hell
for
would want to
that.
manage Donnell?
Exactly.
I love Donnell.
Mhm.
He's
He had a
unmanageable,
kid.
though. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he is unmanageable. He had a kid
Yeah.
that he's super into.
Little Austin, they came over.
Oh, really?
The other day. Yeah, little
Yeah,
baby Austin.
he loves it. So it's so sweet.
He waited till he was 75 years old
He's
to
not
start having children.
75 years old.
With that
Have you met his
dude.
girlfriend? His girlfriend's pretty young.
I haven't met her. I've heard she's 25 though.
Yeah, she's sweet though. She's a sweet girl.
You and Eddie are cool, right?
Yeah.
Like pick. You got his number, like, and pick up. His
I
phone.
have Eddie Murphy's number. I don't know if it's still good though. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is. A certain level, you got to change your number every 3 months.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever used it.
Why do you think Eddie's scared to come back to comedy? Or is it a fear?
Eddie likes money, and like if you make $20 million every time you do something, he explained to me one time like to do one of those Oscar movies, it's like I gotta not get paid, I gotta work out, I gotta learn how, and then I don't win an award. They have this movie that makes a bunch of money. I don't get any of the money. Whereas if he makes Dr. Dolittle 3, he gets $20 million on day one.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't really have to worry about whether it's good or not. He still has the crown. You know what I mean? Like, he knows he's funny than everybody. Anytime I see him, he says something so funny, it's like, it's painful.
Well, I think guys like Eddie, they don't have crowns. They're gods now.
Yeah, that's
You
he
know what
actually
I mean?
said that one time. He goes, because me and Chappelle were bugging him, like, man, just do stand up. And he was like, and Dave was like, Rodney did it till he was like 80. And he's like, he goes, Dave, I'm not Rodney. I'm with Chaplin and them.
Damn.
And at first we were like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, you are. Like, he really is.
Yeah.
It sounds like an arrogant thing to say, but he didn't say it out of arrogance. He's not an arrogant dude. Like, Eddie's a comedy fan. Like, so when he talks about comedy, it's not, he'll call comedy. He watches a ton of TV, so he'll call people. He'll say he likes them. Like, he'll get in touch with people. So in my experience, Eddie Murphy's a great dude.
It's hard for me to believe that any of y'all guys do it for the money, though. Because the work is so good. It's like, yo, y'all
Yeah.
have to be doing it for the art.
Yeah, like the biggest tour last year, like in the world, was Kevin Hart. So, so it ain't about the money at this point. And like Kev doesn't live crazy, just got like a regular house. I mean, it's a nice house.
No,
but it's
Kev
not-
balling.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
many houses?
Kev got a couple
How
of
many
cribs.
houses
He got a
does
couple of
Kev
cribs.
have?
I don't know. Does he? Do you know for a fact that he's
Kev
balling
is
like that?
balling.
I mean, I know he's got money, but he doesn't like blow it.
Yeah.
In my experience.
Mhm.
He's been pretty savvy with it.
Yeah, he's happy with it.
Yeah. He's another good dude.
Yeah.
Just a good dude. Like, I got nothing bad to say about him.
Chris Rock's one of your guys too.
Yep. Chris is a good dude. Chris is mean.
Is he?
Yeah.
Envy doesn't really like Chris Rock. I think
like
Chris Rock
Chris.
is
We just got into a
hilarious.
situation.
What was the
What
situation?
happened was my daughter's team. My daughter's
Oh, that's
basketball
all right.
team
I like
was
this
playing
already.
against his daughter's basketball team.
Okay.
And you know, well, you're not black, but there's the black man courtesy, meaning if you're the only black.
You wanted the
the head
nod.
nod.
You wanted the
You
nod.
got
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
the
yeah.
Two black guys in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But now I'm sure there's
Nah.
times when where there's only two white guys and y'all nod
Well,
each
did
other.
he? Maybe does he think you're Dominican or something? What was the?
You know what? I never thought of that, but maybe that was it. So
Good point.
he didn't give me the head nod. I went over to speak to him, and he kind of won me, like like hand and face won. He didn't put the hand in face, but that.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah. He said. Yeah.
So we had to play them the next day. So I was coaching, so I blew him out by 50.
Nice.
I wouldn't take the good girl
Yeah, and
out.
you tore his his knee out,
He
right?
cursed me out during the game, and then my girls after the game wanted to take a picture with him, and he said no because your coach is a dick, and wouldn't take the picture.
Did he
with the girls.
really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's funny.
And
Yeah,
then,
that
and then
sounds
when
like
Chris
him.
came to the Breakfast Club, Envy decided he didn't want to come. He wasn't here that day.
I was in Africa
Oh,
doing
Sure
a
you were.
party.
All
Like
right.
I was in Africa. It wasn't like I was in Queens. I was
Dude,
in Africa.
you can't book parties in America. You got to go to Africa.
They pay a lot of money in Africa.
He
I know they do,
conveniently
yeah.
went to Africa.
They pay a lot
Where
of
in
money.
Africa?
It was
He doesn't know.
I don't remember where it was.
Did they have the facilities, or
Yeah,
am I
no,
being?
It was South Africa, so it was beautiful.
Okay.
It was nice. It looked like DC. It was beautiful out there.
Got it.
We was out there for a week. But yeah, but we get along. It's just that one incident.
Yeah. No, Chris is like, like I'll pitch jokes. Chris is doing the Oscars, so I'll pitch jokes or whatever. Chris is going to use the joke when he emails you back, not bad, which is like, come on, man. It's like, not bad. Like, come on, I just, gave you whatever. But I worked on Top 5. I worked on stuff with him. So he's a good dude. Like, I'm a big fan of his.
You know what he
so.
got planned for the Oscars? Like, what is the Neal Brennan game plan for Chris Rock? the Oscars.
I think he should torture white people. I don't
I do
think
too.
he's going
I
to.
figured that would be the plan.
I don't think he's going to.
I think
he
he should.
should.
Go out
I
there
think
and
he
make him feel
should
super
too.
uncomfortable all
I
night.
totally agree. I don't think he's going to do that. That's
Why?
I don't, because I feel like that's almost too easy because we all thought of the angle at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going with another angle. I don't know what it is, but I think like that's
He doesn't want to be predictable.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He
Expected.
doesn't want to. I've seen him do some of the jokes, and it's none of it. There's a couple things about it.
Why do
Yeah.
you think it's not more diversity in Hollywood? Because I look at like what you and Dave did, right?
Yeah.
You and Dave, any of those roles Dave played could have been white people.
Yeah.
Half-Baked could have been a white guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think there's an otherness to me for knowing black people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so literally I'll go to parties and be like, it's not like, how are your black friends? But it's sort of like, oh, you do that over there. There's less cachet in Hollywood if you work with black people than if you work with white people. If you work with Tyler Perry, there's less cachet working with him than there is working with like Jonah Hill or like somebody that's a white movie star. Like even Kevin Hart should be being like drowning in offers, and he's kind of not.
He's got his own sneaker.
I agree. And he's but from Hollywood, movies wise, he's not like.
Kev's in a movie every month.
I
seems like.
agree, and none of them are good. But
You didn't like Ryan Alone too?
I don't. Come on, man. It's like there was an In Living Color sketch that I feel like Kev is doing now. It was Richard Pryor scared for no reason, which I feel like Kev's doing that now. Like Kevin Hart intimidated by a giant dude for no reason. It's like he's done 3 movies in a row. Yeah, I just feel like there's a cachet that you get from working with white. It's like some otherness. It's same with women. They'd rather make money off a male movie than a female movie. It's like some other, like your dollars aren't as valuable as white dollars. And also white people feel out of their depth doing a black story. They don't want to mess it up.
No, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there is a level of intimidation that they're like, I don't want to. It's like almost too much trouble because if you screw up, then you get picketed.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I don't know if it's true, but that's kind of my feeling.
Why don't you like none of Kev's movies?
Which one? None of
in
Kev's. I
general.
just because I feel like he can do way better movies, and he just hasn't.
What would you write for Kev if you had the chance?
That's a great question, Charlamagne. I have a script called. No, I'm kidding. No, I have written a script for him, but that's a whole nother thing. I think he's like Eddie. I think he likes a start date and an offer, and let's do it. I don't have to do so much. I don't have to develop the script. I don't have to. He'd rather develop stand up. Yeah. And go on the road than have to worry about scripts and TV shows.
He's also said he's only doing movies that are going to be promoted internationally.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that also limits kind of the movies that he would want to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of action movies, which is cool. But that's, because they say, the other reason they don't make black movies is because internationally don't play well. Am I wrong in thinking that most of the black people in the world are in Africa and America?
That sounds about accurate to me.
Yeah. What do you think, Emmy? You're supposed to be black, right?
I am black,
black. Yeah, so I think, I don't know how big. I think where they want to sell movies now is China because the DVD market dried up. Mm-hmm. So now they compensated for that with just making movies that play in China. That's why they're making 3 more of those Fast Furious movies because they love.
So you about to see more Asians in starring roles now?
Yeah, you will. They need a sexy Asian. They need we need a sexy Latino dude and a sexy Asian dude because if one of them pops, it's going to be massive.
Right.
Yeah.
Massive. There's no Latino Denzel. There's no Latino Will Smith. There's no Asian Will Smith.
You got Eddie Hong.
Who?
Eddie Hong.
Is that the dude from Fresh Off the Boat?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a star.
Yeah,
Isn't he a cook?
The Rock was Latino.
The Rock is Asian, actually.
Oh.
Is The Rock Asian?
No, Rock's
Pacific
black and
American?
white, I think.
Yeah, I think
he's
I think he's mixed.
Oh, yeah, he's Islander. He's a Pacific Islander.
Like
That's
that.
correct. All right, good for you, The Rock. You're going to do well.
So when is the 3 Mic show, man?
3 Mics starts tomorrow night at the Lynn Redgrave Theater. It's in the Village, Lafayette, and Bleecker. And you know how you be telling your girl, we're going to do something interesting. Yeah. This could be it.
This could be it.
Yeah, 3mics.com. Just go, order it. It's a cool show. It's not corny. It's interesting. You'll like it.
So being that you're from Philly, do you think Bill Cosby's guilty?
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Philly.
Yeah. I'm saying you might have heard things back in the day.
Here's the thing I never liked Bill Cosby. I used to argue with Dave about this all the time.
Really?
I never liked him because I knew he was smug. I just knew there was something I didn't like about him.
As a person.
A smug dude. Every episode of The Cosby Show was, because I read an article, a piece about it in college. Every episode of The Cosby Show was one of the kids would have an independent idea and Bill would just chop him down.
Really?
But yeah, that was the formula that they went with. Which I never liked that. Mm-hmm. He never kind of got behind his kids basically. And then I met him at the original Arsenio, and he was just not a nice guy.
Really?
Yeah, he just was not a nice guy. And I was like, all right, I never liked him. I was like, okay, great, confirmation. And I didn't think he was raping people. I just thought he was not a good dude.
Y'all heard the stories in Hollywood.
Since it's come out, I've heard that he was called Pill Cosby.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, but I never heard there's not a underground rape culture. You know what I mean?
Mr. Doping Group.
You know who'd be raping? Oh, he's one of those rapers. He run with the rapers.
But I feel like in the comedian community, they would make jokes about it. Clearly, that's why Hannibal Buress made that joke, and it was an ongoing.
That was in the paper, though. That's the thing it was online. Those stories were out there. Mm-hmm. It was just he was too powerful, and I think it's very easy to marginalize women who accuse men of sexual assault. So they did it.
Right.
They would just do it over and over again because people don't want to believe it. But I will say this: I believe that the work Bill Cosby did for sort of integration for racial stuff cannot be undone. You know what I mean? I don't think, as much as people think it tarnishes his legacy, I don't think it does, because I still think whatever psychological effect he had on white people is already happened. You know what I mean? Watching a strong dude, black people can be doctors. He was the first black dude to win an Emmy. That's already done. You can't go, oh, they're all. It turns out they can't be. They're all rapists.
But it seems it's funny because it seems like white people are the one that are kicking his back in now. The white media. A majority of white women accusing him of rape.
Yeah.
And the black people have nah, F you. You turned your back on us. You said, told us pull our pants up.
Excuse me. Yeah, with the with the pull your pants up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could pull your pants up. Wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
But walking pound cake. What did he say? It was like didn't he mention pound cake? It was like, what are you talking about? It was like a 1940s take on street culture. Yeah. So he doesn't have any friends at this point.
He never gave y'all the OG call. Everybody always talks about when
No,
they blow
that
up,
never
Bill
happened.
calls you
No.
and like watch your platform.
No, that never happened. You know what's cool though? One time Eddie was talking about how mean Bill Cosby was for calling him. He's like, I was 22. He's like, you know how mean you have to be to call a 22-year-old and yell at him?
Yeah.
Like he's like, there's comedians I could call and yell at. I would never do that. So again, I don't think like justice has been served because the women all got assaulted, a bunch of them did, however many.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
It's a great question. I feel like over the fact that we're all that Trump and Bernie Sanders are the front runners is America collectively going like, I wonder what would happen if I wore roller skates to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, see what happens. Let's see what I'm tired of. I feel like Donald Trump. Do you think he can win? I don't.
Hey,
it
just won
seems
South
realer
Carolina.
and real. Yeah.
It's interesting because everybody from the beginning has saying there's no way that he's going to win, but then he keeps on being ahead of everybody in the polls.
Yeah.
So I think we keep on still saying there's no way, there's no way.
Yeah.
And
Do you think it'll mobilize people on the left?
I don't know. There's nobody on the left that you really want to mobilize
Yeah,
for.
I know.
I love Bernie.
Yeah.
but
Bernie's
I
not
don't
the
want
most
my taxes
realistic.
raised by
Yeah.
65%.
Yeah. Bernie's not so realistic.
And Hillary is the best candidate for the job because she's got the most experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would necessarily want to vote for her either.
You don't want to vote for her?
I
Or you're just
do.
kind of I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll vote for you. I'm not like Dice. It's not like
Hillary
Barack
will
where I
probably
like
get
want
my-
to vote.
Yeah, Hillary will probably just get my vote just because. Like, okay, she's the most experienced. We know we're probably going to get with her. Let's go with her.
What do you think Barack's going to do after he gets out?
He's going to call you to write a script for him.
I hope if that's true, Charlamagne, if you can somehow make that happen. No, yeah, I think I'm looking forward to what he does.
Hollywood.
You think so?
Him and Michelle Hollywood in some capacity, some grown, sexy capacity for them.
He could be maybe the new name in stand-up comedy,
You think so?
like Shaq.
no. The Barack Obama All-Star Comedy
He's
Fest.
funny dude though. You see him like do the Correspondence Dinner.
Is he funny or is he funny because
He's
it's
a
the president?
dude. He's funny. No, he's like I met him at the Correspondence Dinner, and he said something funny to me at the Correspondence Dinner, like the night before the Bin Laden thing, because I met him and they introduce you, and then you get your picture taken, and they go and they tell him and Michelle like this is Neal, he co-created Chappelle Show, and so we're taking a picture, and they were fans. I'd heard before they were fans.
Yeah.
We're taking a picture, and I go, isn't this weird, man? He goes, yep, but I can't just up and retire to Africa like Dave Chappelle did. Like pretty quick for a dude who's
If it
like,
wasn't Barack, you wouldn't have laughed so hard.
yeah, I'd still give him
I
something.
think you built it
though.
up too much. It wasn't-
Maybe, but still a funny dude.
Yeah.
Like just a witty guy. If you see him, like even the thing when he does speeches, because they have to pick jokes, good at picking jokes. It's not like they're going like, say this. I stand by I think he's funny.
I heard you're a huge Key and Peele fan as well.
I do like Key and Peele.
You feel like they took the sketch comedy to another level after
No, I like Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're good dudes. I like them personally both. I don't watch a lot of comedy,
Gotcha.
but whenever I do, and those football sketches were hilarious. Like they had some great sketches, and they're good dudes. They got that movie coming out. It's supposed to be funny.
It was kind of like Chappelle light though.
That's the thing about Chappelle. The format was good, where you can set up the sketches before you cut to them.
Yeah.
Because that way you don't have to waste time establishing a premise like SNL does. People find SNL boring because they have to spend a minute like winding up to the sketch, or we could just go like, here's what the sketch is about.
SNL's just not funny either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Them and Barack Obama are my two favorite comedians. So yeah, I feel like we came up with a good format, and then Mencia stole it. And Key and Peele less so, but it's just like I said, it's just a good. I can't even blame them. And it's not like we invented sketch comedy.
No.
We just did it good.
Right. You're great.
Thanks,
So
thank
when
you.
are you
Evan.
and Chappelle getting
good.
back together? and
Yeah,
do
thank.
another-
Great
That
question. I'm
happen?
here to announce everybody that me and Dave are going to be eating lunch this afternoon. I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're friends. That's good, right? Isn't that good?
I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't
Oh, you
serious.
weren't
Yeah,
actually asking.
I
Yeah.
enjoy you.
No, I
Dave.
never know. I never know if people are serious or not. Although I think MD's looking for an answer.
Yeah, I was looking for an answer.
was really serious.
I
He's
enjoy both
leaning
of y'all.
over the monitor like a
Yeah,
hungry
I'm
wolf.
looking right between.
Yeah.
I enjoy both of y'all in different
Thank you.
capacities. I'm
Thank
cool.
you so much. Has Dave done the show?
No, we'd love for him to come to the Breakfast
All right,
Club.
I'll put in a word.
Do you run your jokes by him before you started? Before
Yeah,
you
you know what
this?
I do? We've been talking a lot about comedy. He's seen Three Mics a couple times, so
Mm-hmm.
he's Dave's. He's cool. He's thinking about doing a special.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw him in Chirac this weekend, I was like, it's a damn shame he never did the Breakfast Club, but you did Chirac.
Well, he owed Spike a favor.
That's had to be. I'm like, who
He
did
did a
tie
sketch
up to do that?
Spike did a sketch for us. We ended up not using it, but or no, did we? I don't know. I think it was before Dave left, so he just did it. All right, yeah, I'll do it.
Got you.
Spike did a sketch, and my cell phone went off in the middle of the take,
Oh gosh.
and Spike charged me $20.
Did he?
Yeah, because if on his set, if your cell phone goes off, you have to pay.
We do that here. If you get caught cuffing a girl, wifing a girl, that's a hoe. Taking her
Right.
to the club, you gotta pay $20.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're all
No,
family
we're
people
married.
now,
We're
right?
married.
Yeah, we're married. We're both married. All
You got
these
a
guys
kid?
violate. Two
Dang.
daughters, man.
How old?
7 and 6 months.
You like it?
I love it, man.
It's
It's the most fulfilling feeling in the world.
It is.
You don't truly feel success until you have a family and wife. You're like, wow.
What if you win an Emmy? Does that help? Does that feel like success?
Man, I think the kids are the best, man.
Absolutely.
Like
Kids
raising
are
kids
kids?
is the best.
No kids.
You thinking about it?
Yeah.
Why, you
I'd do
offer
it.
Well, I mean, look, you've got a job. I like that. You have somewhere to go. That's important.
Well, you like black girls, Neal?
I mean, I mess with everybody.
Like pink.
What?
Pink.
Vagina.
Oh, not ethnic people. Yeah, I got you. Like purple, the other shades.
Right.
The browns.
No, the vagina.
No, I got you.
vagina. Just use just like vagina.
Not a
Yeah,
pink
yeah.
person.
Yeah, I
No
do.
matter who's attached to it.
No,
First,
it
we
doesn't
call
matter.
it roast beef curtains. For
Ugh,
black
that's
people.
the roughest. That's such a rough thing. Can you say all that on the radio?
Why
No.
not?
Pink.
It's gonna get edited.
Well,
That's
we're gonna try to fix it up a little bit.
No, my girlfriend does have a pink, I believe now, but
You believe now what it was before.
I've had multiple. I've had all colors of.
Yeah.
Roast
your
beef
favorite?
curtains is the worst term. Girls get insecure about that, about
About what their
having
vagina looks
thick
like?
labia. Yeah, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, they call that fupa.
No, not a food. I'm talking about girls that have
Thick vagina lips.
thick, a lot of labia,
Oh,
heavy
okay.
labia.
Yeah,
They get-
I think a lot of drapery is probably it would be awesome.
But as a guy, I don't care.
I don't care.
It's like the greatest club
So
in the
guys
world
don't
with
care
a
what
horrible
vaginas look
entrance.
like?
I'm good. The entrance is whack. Don't go to this club. They got to work out their velvet rope system. I'm good, man.
No, but you know what? That's a serious thing, though. Some people don't like when they go to certain clubs and they got problems at the door, no matter how nice the club is.
Yeah, but there's
But
problems.
if you get in, you get in. You have a good time, that's all
Girls
that
are a
matters.
problem at the door. Girls will give you a problem at the door, but I'm
Yeah.
saying the physical door. I'm straight. I'm whatever you gotta do. It
Right.
could be curtains. It can be wooden. It could be the saloon.
Yeah.
The whole West Saloon. You understand?
Now
But
tell
if,
them
but
your
if it
show.
smells inside the club, you're not going in.
You
No,
went
yeah,
too
that's a
far.
problem.
Now I'm not going in.
Yeah,
Now I'm not going
that's
in.
rough.
Now tell them about the Three Mics tour every night, 9:30 p.m.
Every night, 9:30 p.m. in New York for the next 3 weeks. Again,
I'm
you
gonna go
talk about doing interesting things with your girl. This is your chance. Take her to some theater. Get that roast beef curtain later on.
Got you.
Best club in the world.
Well,
Touch.
Neal Brennan, ladies and gentlemen, now you can check him every night, 9:30 in New York. Is Dave Chappelle going to be at any of the shows?
I hope he will be signing DVDs this Saturday. The matinee. I'm kidding. Who knows?
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Neal Brennan.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in